All right. Let's see if I remember how to do this. Welcome to Firearms of America. Today, as you guys can see, I'm back here at Shooters in Fort Myers, Florida. Man, I really miss this place. Been all over the place. Turkey, California, it's been like months and a half since I have been here at Shooters. So I'm really happy to be back. And today, as a first review in a while, I have my favorite, Glock. Check this thing out. And this is Glock 41 Generation 4. Yes, chambered in 45 ACP, 5.31 inch barrel, 13 capacity magazine. Let's load up the mag and see what this thing can do. Man, I am always excited to review another Glock. So today I have the ammo from Streak right here. Yes, so pay attention. You actually might see the streak going. That's what it is supposed to do. But this is a 45 ACP, 230 grain, so we shouldn't have any kind of problems. I mean, this is Glock and this is quality ammo, so I really highly doubt that we're gonna have any problems. I'm gonna put some 5 rounds in the magazine, and I'll start with this little orange circle over here. Looks like somebody touched it on the side. Let's see if I can do a better job with this. If I still remember how to shoot. We'll see. After visiting Terra Tactical Range, see if I can still remember how to shoot. Okay. Got the magazine loaded, ready to go. Let's see what this thing can do. Woo-hoo. Yeah, 45 ACP. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah. Man, if you want to let your presence known on the range, get yourself a 45 ACP. And you know, whenever we talk about the 45 ACP, it's a really nice power puncher round. All right, it's they're all subsonic, so there's a huge plus to having a 45 ACP, especially if you want to replace the barrel with some threaded barrel. To put I probably shouldn't say that on YouTube, but you get the point. 45 ACP is a subsonic round, so look at this. I love the smell. Man, I miss this place. Okay, let's get into the review. So, this is Glock, so if you're a fan of Glock, you probably already like it. I have to say, I absolutely love it. For 45 ACP with a 5.3 inch barrel, I think it is a really nice, really great combination. Because if you go lower than 5 inches on the 45 ACP, then you start getting that kick from the 45 ACP. Because I mean, it's a pretty powerful round, all right? With a 5-inch barrel, you don't really compromise, you don't really get that much of a kick from the recoil, so pretty good. Now, getting into the grip, that's another thing obviously that helps you with the recoil management, is the grip. And as you can see here, you have your standard Glock Generation 4 grip. Still got my favorite finger grooves, absolutely love those. Really sad that they got rid of those in Generation 5, kind of helps with the ergonomics and getting your fingers all the way in to the grip to get that super proper grip. Now the aggression here is this factory stippling, and of course with Glock, if you're getting the Glock, then consider some hand stippling for ultimate aggression. Yep, check this out. Now moving further, we have our trigger guard with some serrations at the front, just in case if this is what you like. Now quickly, a few words about the magazine itself. 13 rounds, like I said, nicely numbered, and Glock magazines, they're known for being very easy to load. And this is Generation 4 magazine, so you don't have your orange follower that you have on the new Generation 5 mags. Now, we got our mag release button, which is not ambidextrous, but you can definitely switch it. Very nice surface area on the button, very easy to catch, even with short fingers like mine. Moving further to the flight release, interestingly non-ambidextrous. I'm pretty sure on the Generation 3, Generation 4, they were all non-ambidextrous slide stop, slide release. I think it's only on the Generation 5. I might be wrong, but that's what I'm thinking right now. But here, it is non-ambidextrous. Pretty easy to catch, again, with the short fingers. But there are some aftermarket slide releases that I absolutely love, that are more extended, that are even easier to catch. Now, obviously, you have your standard 1913 Picatinny accessory rail for your favorite light. If you're looking for a good light for a Glock, Surefire X300. They have the new one, Turbo, I think. Check it out, really, really good, if you can find it in stock. Now, on the slide, interestingly, there are no ports, as you can see. And speaking of the ports, I got the Glock 35 here, which is practically exactly the same length, and there is actually a nice cutout here at the very top. I kind of wish that there was the same cutout here on the Glock 41, but I got this for demonstration purposes, just so that you have an idea of how long, how big the dimensions of the Glock 41, if you're familiar with Glock 35 and Glock 34, this is practically exactly the same length. You see just a tiny little bit maybe of the difference, but practically exactly the same. Okay, so let's load up some 5 more rounds and do some shooting. Now, personally, I'm neutral whenever it comes to, you know, shooting and carrying 45 ACP. I'm completely fine with 9mm, but I know that there are some people who are subscribed on this channel that you guys absolutely, at least 40 Smith & Wesson, but 45 preferable. So for you, if you like that, that might be a pretty good option. For concealed carry, of course, this might be a little bit too big, a little bit too bulky, but with the terminal velocity that you're gaining from a longer barrel, and also the fact that, I mean, the recoil is, it really, really is manageable compared to anything shorter. Like if you go like below 5 into like 4-inch category, especially in the compact, like 3.5 inch, you really do feel that kick from the recoil from the 45 ACP. But here, not bad at all. Okay, so you know what? I'm gonna try not to embarrass myself and shoot the flippy pedals. See if I can hit those with this power puncher. Make sure that they turn. Could have done a better job, but it's not the gun, it's me. Okay, so let's talk about all the other stuff. Let's talk about the slide itself. As you can see, we got the serrations only at the back of the slide, nothing at the front. Again, I think it was the Generation 5 that they added the front serrations for people who like to rack it like this. I don't know, but nice serrations, very nice and aggressive, so very easy to catch that slide itself. All right, moving further, we got the sides. You have your standard Glock sides, nothing crazy over here, kind of like a 3-dot side, only with a little bit of a different bar. But I wanted to point something out here, something that I noticed that I haven't noticed before. On this particular model, the Glock 41, and on the Glock 35 here that I have, the rear sides are actually adjustable. As you can see, not on this side, there are 2 screws, and you can actually move this white part in the middle back and forth, which is very nice. I mean, you can adjust the rear sights on, you know, your Glock 17, Glock 19, but for that, you actually have to have either the pusher tool or you kind of like knock a little bit with something on those rear sides. Here you don't have to do that, you can just do it like a normal person with the screwdriver, which is very nice. Now the front side is exactly the same as really everything else. Now whenever it comes to the maintenance and the disassembly of the Glock, if you're not familiar, I'll demonstrate really quickly in the video. It's very easy. There's this well, it's not exactly 2, it's really 1 piece that goes through here to here. So all you're doing is you're moving the slide tiny little bit backwards, you press on both sides this thing down, and then your slide, obviously the trigger needs to be pressed, your slide nicely comes out and you are ready for the maintenance that you need to do. So definitely beginner friendly, definitely, you know, if you're just now getting into the stuff, into the guns, very, very intuitive, all right? Okay, so let's do some shooting. This time I'll try to hit the flappy pedals again. Maybe I can redeem myself and do a little better job. Hopefully I don't do a worse job, but let's see. All right. So, I'll do some shooting, and then we'll talk about another very, very important feature, which is the trigger. Gotta talk about the trigger. Okay, let's hit it once. I quit my job. Okay, so terrible shooter, but I think actually the sights might not be adjusted properly. Seriously, check it out. Like, I think it's a little bit tiny, a little bit off to this way, right? Yeah, I got my excuse. Okay, so let's talk about the trigger. The trigger is a standard 24 end pull, just like on most of the Glocks, most of the full-size Glocks that is. And check this out, you have your safe action system, kind of like prick trigger. Basically, it's a drop safety, in case if you drop the gun, it's not gonna fire. But also it serves as a kind of a psychological pre-trigger, so before you have your finger on the trigger, you have that little pre-trigger there. And then you have about 3.5 millimeters of very safe, very familiar pull. And then you have this 3.5 millimeters, then this, just a tiny little bit, maybe like 0.5 millimeter, unfamiliar if you are not used to the Glock trigger, and then you have that crisp break. All right, let me demonstrate again. So you have 3.5, this little bit, and then a crisp break. So let's finish up this review by shooting some 5 more rounds. And should I aim at the flappy pedals again? You know what? I'm gonna fire 1 round in that middle yellow, and it's all shut up by 22 LR, so you can definitely be able to see the 45 ACP over all that little stuff. And then I see where it shoots, because I think it shoots a little bit to the right or something. Yep, I think it does. Come on, man. Where am I shooting? I think we definitely need some sight adjustment. But, in spite of my terrible shooting, I actually like this gun really, really quite a lot. Yes. Glock 41 Generation 4. I have to say, if I wanted to have a 45 ACP, this is definitely the gun I would want. Now, I am not entirely sure if they have the Generation 5 for this gun. If they do, please let me know. I'm gonna check myself. Kind of curious, and if I do get my hands on it, I'll definitely make a comparison review between the two. And if you want to see the comparison review between this one and the Glock 35 that I have over here, which is chambered in 40 Smith & Wesson, let me know in the comments below and I'll be happy to do that. Thank you very much, guys, for watching. As always, this was Firearms of America from shooters in Fort Myers, Florida. Always appreciate your attention. God bless you all. I'll see you guys in the next video.